Howdy. I have not made a crafting like how-to video in a while, and I'm about to make my own level 80 HQ crafting and gathering gear, as well as the main and offhands for leatherworker, weaver, alchemist, goldsmith, armorer, blacksmith, and carpenter. Pardon my voice sounding more nasally than normal. I have things in my nose right now that will be removed tomorrow. I had surgery on Wednesday of last week, and I cannot wait to get them out. But yeah. Anyway, I'm only gonna show the crafts. Look, I'm gonna show this. So what I do. These were the ingredients that I needed to get. I was currently level 76. With all of my crafters except for Culinarian, which we ignore because I did that a long time ago. And Goldsmith hit 78 somehow, making probably rings and necklaces and accessories for various jobs. But these are the remaining ones, like the other four that aren't listed here. So Weaver, Alchemist, Goldsmith. The other four that aren't listed here, I'm fairly certain I already used all the mats that I gathered and created to get like the maximum value. So like I went to the Crystarium, I talked to the leave vendor guy or leave quest guy in the Crystarium, and I found the highest experience points earned from a leave that was offered for each of the crafts. I just did some quick little math to figure out, like, okay, double that, because I'm going to HQ it, so you get double the experience points for turning in HQ items. So double that, and then more or less guess the amount of experience points that I'm going to need to get up to 80. And I got pretty close, but the thing is, like, crafting all these mats to then craft the final items for the turn-in, crafting the mats gave me a lot of experience points, too. So I ended up with way more than I needed. I do not think that I used all the mats that I gathered and crafted on Weaver, Alchemist, and Goldsmith, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'll do that later once I do this. The other thing is these are all... So it's deceptive. When I made this was all alone. When I added this, I was like, okay, I don't want to have to like look back and forth to see if I'm doubling up on stuff. So anything that was down here that also appeared up here, I just merged into up here. So all of these mats are made, and some of these mats will play a role in the crafting of this gear. For this video, I'm going to show a few. They're all level 78. Well, yeah, they're all levels. So, like, for instance, I left myself a few dwarven cotton to make. Sorry, I know this is so annoyingly stuffy. I left myself a few swallow skin, a sea swallow leather to make, and I think the last thing would be dwarven mithril nuggets or ingots. Sorry. So, let's start with that. I have an XP buff. I have food. I bought food for this. The Papotos au gratin were cheap. Even the HQ, they were very cheap on the market. But you don't need them. You really don't. So let's just kind of start with... Let's go back to this. Let's start at the top. So dwarven mithril ingots. I need 3 more. I left myself 3 on each of them. And the reason I did that is because I'm just going to kind of show the variation in crafting and why you can ignore it and maybe should to be fastest. I found out it takes me 20 seconds to complete a craft, and that's ignoring all procs. I'm going to show you that on this first one. So, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000. 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000, 11, 1,000, 12, 1,000, 13, 1,000, 14, 1,000, 15, 1,000, 17, 1,000, 18, 1,000, 19, 1,000, 20, 1,000. That's ignoring all procs. You can do that every single time if you want to. What it is reflect, manipulation, and I only started using great strides and preparatory touch pretty recently. Like, just kind of, I tried it out one day, and I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. So, reflect, manipulation, very important that even if you're kind of paying attention to procs to use precise touch or whatever, unless you get excellent right after your reflect, ignore the procs because they make everything else more annoying if you do not ignore them. Because you want manipulation first, right after your reflect. Otherwise, you're going to be using some observes, which just, they take time. They're not worth it. If time is what you're going for more than anything else, then ignore them. Let's see. I can switch over just in case. Another message. Okay. I gotta make 2 more. Let's say I don't ignore procs. Reflect. Manipulation. Great strides. Sometimes you don't get procs at all. So, like, why? So I used precise touch because I got a proc there. Doesn't make a difference. I still have the basic touch. The best bet is still, not best bet, like the most efficient is still going to be using Byregot's Blessing here. And then Veneration, Groundwork. See, like, nothing really changed except for I used a precise touch instead of preparatory touch because it saves durability, if that matters to you. I'm gonna make a new one of these super soon, but you gotta really pay attention to when these break because they will F everything up at this level. You could still do it. I have accidentally done it, not noticing. It's so annoying. Where'd it go? Okay. So that was just showing you can follow, like, I got a proc. But, like, for speed, why change anything? It might save you CP. It might save you durability or whatever, but it doesn't save you time. And time is the thing you don't get back. You get CP back, you get durability back, you do not get time back. I need 3 more sea swallow leathers. I need a total of... Actually, let's do the lumber first, because that's next on my list. I need lumber. The lignum vitae. I left myself 3 of each to do. Right? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, what I'm working with is the materia. Some of it I bought only if it was a really good price on the market, and I'm talking like 1,000 each max. And then some of it I just gained from doing the extract materia. You know, anytime I see white here, I stop crafting. I get up, I go, and I extract. I do not let that go to waste ever. So yeah, I have level 74 crafting gear, HQ, almost fully materiated out because I got some of the lower, like Control 7 is lower, Control 10 is what we're at right now. Craftsmanship, I got a bunch of these craftsmanship. I don't put any CP on there, I don't really care. But got a bunch of craftsmanship. I got more craftsmanship 16 than I got Control 10 when it comes to extracting. So I did make level 76 accessories. Very easy. There's no reason you shouldn't. I'm going to make 80 of all this and 80 of these. I'm also not making, like, the 80. Okay. Forgot where I was. But you can always, like, look at step 2. So I know I did this. This also gives 2 of these instead of just 1. So I know I need manipulation, great strides, innovation, preparatory, and you want to use you want to use them in that order, so you don't waste things. Here's what I'm going to show you that even an excellent proc, which can mess things up, at certain times won't mess things up here. My next step right after preparatory touch would have been basic touch anyway. That's going to cap me. And I could just pretend that I need another Biogots, but, you know, why? The point is, like, having to pay attention to procs and what to do next is always going to slow you down in comparison to just going through it. What was I going to show you on here? I don't remember. I really don't remember what I was going to show you. Anyway. Oh yeah, so great strides. I don't think this is what I was going to show you, but you want to use manipulation first because you're down to 30 durability out of 40. And every time you do like great strides, doesn't cost durability, it adds to it. Because that's what manipulation does. It restores 5 points of durability after each step for 8 steps. As opposed to your waste not, which only costs half durability. So like anything that doesn't cost durability at all doesn't benefit from this at all. The only downside is you have to, if the thing you're gonna do costs exactly or greater than the durability that you have remaining, you're not gonna get that extra 5 afterwards. It's just gonna finish. When you first get this and start using it, it's a pain in the butt, but after you get used to it, it's actually way better. And yeah, I don't need the food. I still got my buff going on to get more experience points, but where did I stop? I stopped after Great Strides. You want to use Great Strides first because it lasts for 3 steps and it's your next touch, whereas Innovation lasts for 4 steps and you just lose it. If you don't use it, you lose. So if you do this and then you do Great Strides, you've lost one of these innovations, and it's like, why would you do that? This lasts for 3. But you do want to use Manipulation first to get 5 durability back from this, 5 durability back from this. There's your preparatory touch. You're back to 40, and you buffed your preparatory touch. I need one more. So we're gonna ignore procs again. Reflect, manipulation, great strides, innovation, preparatory touch, blah blah blah. Basic touch, Biogots, veneration, groundwork. Alright, cool. Next up we got dwarven cotton stuff. I think I've made all the thread that I need. I need 3 more of these dwarven yeah. I needed 19 total and I made 16. Yeah, I left myself 3. These are way easier because you already have the HQ stuff added. It's just reflect, basic touch, veneration, groundwork. If you want, I could have done an intensive synth there. That's level 78. You might not have that at this level. You might only have up to, I don't know why you would do it. Delicate synthesis doesn't matter for any of these, I promise you. Intensive synth is the one I just could have used, but doesn't matter, promise you. It makes it like a little bit quicker and a little bit less durability used sometimes, but again, you have to pay attention to it. And if time is of the essence, and you're not like, oh, proc boom. And if your reaction time isn't like half a second, you're just wasting time looking for things. Groundwork is where it's at. You need this, and you probably need the level 74 HQ gear. I don't know. I don't know exactly. But you can supplement with food. Papoto au gratin gives you a really good amount of control and a decent enough amount of craftsmanship if you need it. I just realized I didn't. I was gonna use it. I just don't need it. Alright. I forgot where I was at. Shit, I messed up. Oh, wait. I forgot what I was making. Whoops. That was all very unnecessary. But it also saved their build. Wow. Okay, that was dumb. Sorry. I need to do most of that. Once again, when you have the HQ already added as your ingredients, reflect, basic. You could have done intense right there if you wanted to, and then basic, and then you could have just actually finished with the basic synth. Again, that's stuff to pay attention to. And reaction time, I think, waste time. Need another 7. And that's why I craft right next to this guy. I can just buy another 7. I'm gonna make new ones of these so soon. But it's only 200 gil, whatever. I'm not gonna break the bank. That was all that. I have 7 more cotton thread left over. And I think I needed 54. We'll find out. Or I'll find out. I'm only going to craft one of the items just to show you how easy it is. And then you'll just know from that the rest of them are going to be just as easy. They're all the same. I've never made one yet. But I know they're going to be easy. And once again, we're back to like not having quality from an HQ thingy. But again, follow the route. I could have, well, whatever. Again, the decision-making time slows you down. I needed a grand total of 14 of these. Okay, cool. I left myself 3, as I thought. Just to demonstrate. Great strides. Innovation. Preparatory whatever. I think we got... Nope. See? Doesn't matter. Just follow. Doesn't matter. Just do it. I could have saved myself a step for the amount of time to think about it. Not worth it. You have to wait for the condition to change anyway, which is slower than you clicking. The only thing you pay attention to is when your gear breaks, because that'll break your progress. Okay, there's my 14. Cool. All right, let's just make an item. I favorited them. They are in leatherworking. Let's make the head first, though. I got some weaver. There we go. No. I want to do the cotton jacket. That should be the hardest one. It's probably not, but stone gold nugget. Really? Okay. How many do I need? Just 1. Kind of surprised. I didn't make that. How did that get lost? Stone gold. It didn't get lost. I already had the mats for it, and I just didn't. That's my bad. I already have the mats. I'm not going to even worry about... Yeah, I'm stupid. Easy peasy still. It's such a low level in comparison. Like, any crafting thing you're doing that's 10 levels below what you're currently doing, once you hit level 80, this caps your quality. It costs 250, but that's not a problem. As far as progress goes, I am 3 short from groundwork just doing... Oh, that doesn't cost durability either. I never noticed that. So you can just do... this got buffed too. So like you won't have the buffed version... Wait. Oh, it's level 82? No, level 82. 290, yeah, so that's the same. Well, let's do a groundwork and then we'll finish with the basic. Stupid. You could just done a veneration and groundwork and it's technically faster because the buff has a lower global cooldown than the actual crafting stuff. Gotta stand up. Click the HQ button, go in. What I like to do, it has worked so far. This is the highest level craft, aside from maybe food, that I've ever made. Yeah, I don't remember the highest level food I made. Maybe quite high, I don't know, but I actually do tend to, well, I have been, let's actually stick to what I've been doing just because it's more it's more interesting maybe. I do reflect. I need... Well, that's unfortunate. I need more... So I need 400 and something. 448. So like just innovation. Fire Gots. That saves us durability. Not that we're going to need it. But like I have Master's Men if I want to do that. If I need it. But Veneration. And 819 times 2 is not greater than 1780. So that's sad. If we get a proc, Intensive Synth will be better, but you can do it without it. We did hit. We need an additional, let's say 40, so 62 plus 80, 142. So any of these will do. Boom. Barely used any CP. Like, your CP is still there. If you want to do a Master's Mend, it's still there. If you want to do manipulation for whatever reason. But since you're adding HQ materials, there's no point. And then what I do, retrieve. I still have a 7 on that? That's sad. Then equip. Let's see what this looks like. It's kind of cool. What does my Culinarian have currently? Meld, put that stuff back on. I'm gonna be removing... Wait. Okay, yeah, there's still plenty of room. I'm gonna be removing the control first, and the one that you're gonna be removing first is the one that you want to put on last. It's stupid. It doesn't allow you to choose which one you remove. It's very dumb, actually. But yeah, I'll keep the control. I have 30 of these. Are what I get most of the time when I have been retrieving or extracting materia from things that are white. You know, soulbound or not, spirit bonded to 100%. I mostly get the lower level stuff, like the item level 160. Anyway, and then if you want to. I'm only going to be using Weaver and Leatherworker to make all this stuff. So I can save that as Weaver. I can pop over to Leatherworker. Okay, here's the thing. I just found out the answer. Oh, I have this because I bought it, right? Yep, I bought some of them. I bought... because they were cheap on the market. I bought the Blacksmith main hand, Leatherworker offhand, and Alchemy offhand. So, and all of this. Okay, let's actually do a comparison here. This is level 81. It's not HQ because I bought it. This is what my Culinarian had because I didn't have. I just bought it from the vendor in sorry, wherever. Wherever this guy leads you, the Intersite Travel guy, there's no map for it, but from Mare Lamentorum, you have to unlock it. There's a quest line to unlock it. I think it starts in Old Charlian, but I bought it from there because Culinarian can't make gear. I didn't have any of these crafters up high enough to make gear. But let's do a quick comparison, because... Especially let's do... Well, that's actually a cheap comparison. Hold on. Let's do a real one. So, this is crafted HQ level 74. The body is 506, 191. And then the NQ non-crafted level 81. 592, 226. So yeah, better, for sure. However, and yeah, if you want to spend the money, spend it. But, where did I just put that? The HQ crafted 563, 214, level 80. The problem is, it's not really a problem. And I'm probably not gonna finish. Actually, I can finish these crafts. Is that what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna finish the crafts, sell them, and then just use these because they're better. They're level 80. I already bought them. I can't sell them, except for I can desynth them, but that doesn't seem fun. So I'm gonna finish making these. What about accessories? Level 86 purchased. But so I can't. I'm still have to make the accessories and then use them. Although I haven't really been running low on CP ever, so not the biggest of deals. The thing is, like, I am making okay, actually I'll show you. Interesting. Did that save? No. So I don't want to use... I want to figure out... Okay. Yeah. Are they all level 81? Actually, that's a good question. I don't think they are. Yeah, they're not. I could do a couple leaves on blacksmith. Armor. Or just one... Fuck, armor is like almost there. I mean, so is blacksmith. Okay, interesting. But what I'm making is body 80. So this is so if the level cap was still 80, which I think is Shadowbringers, yeah. This is what you make first, and then you make this guy. And then you can either make... I don't know if you can make this. I think after... I don't even have whatever master leatherworking thingy for this. Like, I don't know how to make this. I really just don't have the recipes for it. But yeah, an HQ version of this would be better than what... So like 630 craft versus... 592. So yeah, if I HQ'd this stuff, it'd be better. But, you know. And then you just move past it a level later. It is what it is. I had no real plan to make these HQ the level 81 stuff. I was probably just gonna skip to like... What's the next one? Yeah, I probably skipped to level 84. I still will. So I'll be making this snow linen doublet. That's actually kind of cool. Look, that sounds cool. Yeah, it doesn't look as cool as it sounds, but it's fine. What about pants? Are they cool? Nope. Lame. Okay. Well, that's all this video needs to show you. Actually, wait. Leatherworker didn't keep that, right? Good. I don't want to do that. So actually, Weaver, I also don't want... I don't want to spirit bond it to me at all. I'm glad I caught that. And then once again, I'm going to be removing the control first. So let's just put that on last. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do that off camera, but what I can do, I know I don't have the main and offhand stuff. So, except for blacksmith main, right? Hold on. I bought that. I don't want to use that. So, wait, where did I put it? I made all this gear for my retainers when they hit 78. I like doing stuff like this. I put it in here, didn't I? Blacksmith, 80, primary. Awesome. So I gotta remove. I left like the lowest well, not the lowest, but I didn't put any. I used all of the 16 craft and 10 control that I got on the shared gear. I just left the main and offhand stuff. They got the dregs. I'll put control back on, whatever. Alright. So that got an upgrade. An update. Let's just get rid of this before. I have this for a reason. I'm waiting for my retainer Black Mage to hit 74. Okay. But yeah, I can make something. So let's see. What do I not make? I don't want to make... Ooh, I can also use armor to make the alembic. So, actually, let's do that really quick. You still have all this stuff, right? Let's make the alembic. It's level 80 stuff. Here we go. We'll use that last dwarven mithril nugget NQ. Probably got it from decent. No, I probably made it accidentally, but not paying attention or something. This should cap. Yeah, this will get me to 81, so armor I can put on that gear. Blacksmith is going to hit 81, making all the frickin' main and offhand for everybody else. So, cool shit. Given that I don't need a lot of quality, and I know that, yeah, I'm actually going to use muscle memory here. I got an excellent proc. Do I want to get 1404 and spend 10 durability, or let 1872 cap me? No. So I don't think that's gonna be worth it. So let's do this, the precise touch. I have 4 more moves to use that. I am definitely going to use an innovation. And now I need 609. You know what? Why waste durability? Wait. Actually, that's cheaper than what I was going to do. Yeah, let's just do that. I was going to do a great strides and then something else, but that's just cheaper to do this. Cool. I didn't get a proc. Well, I got a proc earlier, but it wasn't the one I wanted, or when I wanted it, I suppose. Let's just do a groundwork, which will not cap us but get us close. And then basic sense will cap us. There's our level 81. Our XP bonus just wore off. Not time, but the amount of XP I was allowed to gain from it. Okay. And then that was a demonstration of making a main hand without using food, without even using like the most, like all the HQ materials you could. Went fine. And I think that's going to be it. I'm going to do the rest just on my own. I just kind of want to demonstrate for anybody who is kind of wondering how it all worked out. I didn't really think that my level 81 NQ purchased gear would be better than my HQ 80 made gear. By like 40 points on crafting and only like 12 on control. That's still something. Dang, man. Dang, dude. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you learned something, great. Hope it wasn't boring. If it was, I hope you didn't watch. Bye bye for now. Thank you for watching.